Just a friendly reminder that my book American Diaries is available on Amazon.com or shoot me an email if you would like to have a signed copy. Thank you.
Вы смотрите программу Ushanka Show.
Hello, comrades. Welcome back to Ushanka Show. Здравствуйте, дорогие товарищи. My name is Sergey, and I was born in the USSR. Меня зовут Сергей, и я родился в Советском Союзе. So not long ago, I got a question on Instagram, and at first I kind of didn't pay much attention to it. I just replied, and a little bit later I realized actually it's a pretty interesting topic to discuss. So here's the question. Odd question, but how were the mattresses in the Soviet Union? Curious if it was easy to get a comfortable night's sleep. So today we're going to talk about mattresses in the USSR and how regular Soviet citizens were getting a comfortable night's sleep. What makes this question even more interesting is that fact that after I settled down in Michigan in 1999, from 2000 all the way to 2008, so for about 8 years, I actually been selling mattresses full time. I worked for my in-laws. It was a small family business, furniture, flooring, and mattresses store. And I sold a lot of mattresses over the years. So I kind of know the situation with mattresses in the United States. I had to learn all about sizes, twin, extra long twin, full size, queen size, king size, different firmnesses, single-sided, double-sided. So I know pretty much everything about mattresses here in the United States. So that's why this question about mattresses in Soviet Union is actually quite interesting. So like now, me and my wife, we sleep on a king-size mattress, but back at the Soviet Union, I hardly ever slept on the mattress. Actually, when I started thinking about mattresses back home, the first thing I thought about mattresses was mattresses on a train. So if you take overnight train, you have to sleep, right? And so there'll be mattresses rolled, they narrower than a twin size, and usually they had a cotton inside. So you have to purchase or rent sheets and blankets, and that will be 1 ruble. And then, of course, you can use the mattress. If you don't rent the sheets, you're not allowed to use the mattress. So that's, I remember dealing with the mattress. You grab it up from the third shelf, like a luggage shelf, and hopefully it's not really nasty. You unroll that mattress, then you put sheets on it, and that's what you're gonna sleep on. So that's, and I wouldn't call it really comfortable. It was just easy to roll, unroll, but it was better than sleeping on a hard surface. Then, of course, if you ever happen to spend the night or several nights in the hospital, больница as we call it, there was another time when I slept on the mattress. Those probably were filled with foam, and they had special spill-proof fabric, probably about twin size dimension, like compared with American size. But I never actually seen the mattress because the beds already were made. Then, of course, if as a kid you ever went to so-called pioneer camps, so we had summer camps. They were very popular, but we called them pioneer camp, пионерские лагеря, because most kids, there will be age when they allow you to go to camp will be when you're a pioneer. So they'll be not called summer camp, летний лагерь, it'll be called pioneer camp, пионерский лагерь. And it's where the kids stay for a week or for the whole month. And of course they have bedrooms and everyone had a bed. So they used mattresses there too, probably similar to hospital beds, spill-proof mattresses with spill-proof cover. And of course, if during your summer vacation you go down to Black Sea and you stay in so-called sanatoriy, places of rest and recuperation, so there'll also be rooms where you sleep, and there'll be beds, actual beds, and they'll have metal springs and then a mattress. So that's the only times I could think when Soviet people had actual mattresses. When I stayed in the village with my grandparents, they also had beds. So they actually had a bed, like in their house, there was 2-room house, and each room had a bed. One was like made out of wood with the boards, wooden boards, and another one's actual factory manufactured bed that had spring in the middle and metal headboard, footboard, but they didn't have a mattress. They had so-called perina, and this is pretty much like a homemade I wouldn't call it a mattress. So you have this kind of bag, right? So it's kind of flat shaped bag that filled with geese or duck down. So the small feathers. Poor people would just put hay, something like that, or maybe if you have some cotton. So it's a homemade mattresses, I guess, but we call them pirina. So they're really fluffy, kind of shapeless. I won't say they're really comfortable, and of course they get flattened pretty bad. So that's what people used in the villages. That's what I slept on when I was visiting my grandparents. And in the Soviet cities, people usually slept on the couches or sofas. They didn't really have room in apartments to have a dedicated bedroom and have actual bed. So most people slept on sofas. So most Soviet apartments, especially so-called Khrushchevka type 5-story buildings that were built really cheaply, they only had one room or 2 room apartments, not 1 or 2 bedrooms like here in America. If they call the house, they call it 3-bedroom house. So you have a 3 bedrooms plus living room, probably family room, probably dining room. In Soviet Union had single room apartments or 2 room apartment. And later on we had 3 room apartments, but I said most popular, well, not popular, just we didn't really have a choice, was 1 or 2 room apartment. So of course you can't afford, you don't have enough space to have a dedicated bed. But if you have a sofa, or couch they call it, or Davenport, I had to learn that word here in America. You use it during the day as a sofa, and then you recline it, make it into bed for a night. So for example, when my family, we finally got our own 1-room apartment, and it was tiny, we had 2 sofas, and there were different kinds. One kind was so-called, they call it here in America, clickly-clack type sofa. So you lift one part and has a locking mechanism. It locks up and turns into couch. Then you pick it up again, click it, and it reclines, and you have a bed. And then of course you have a storage under it. Our second couch, and I think we still own it, that was my sofa, and I slept on it since I was probably 6 all the way till I was 20 something. That was kind of like a drawer type sofa. So you have it as a couch, and then you have cushions on the back. Then you pull part of the sofa, it's like a drawer, it slides out, and you remove the back cushions, lay them flat, and this way you have a bed. Now, if we talk about comfort, couches need to be pretty firm. So if you make a bed out of couch, it's also pretty firm. So all my life, I didn't even think there could be different firmnesses. My bed was always firm. And, now when I come to visit my family back in Ukraine, I lay on my sofa that I spent all my childhood on. I find it extremely uncomfortable. Plus, of course, it's getting old. We still have that original one. It's really firm, and I don't find it comfortable at all after being spoiled by American mattresses. So we didn't know any better. As I said, we had no mattress stores that you can choose different firmnesses, different sizes, and like in the cities, there'll be really no demand for that because with such a small apartments, people just couldn't afford to have a dedicated bedroom. Like my uncle Misha, that I mentioned many times, he had a 2-bedroom Khrushchevka, 2-bedroom, there you go, 2-room Khrushchevka apartment. So they had a similar situation. They had 2 kids, so they had one couch in the living room, main room, and then they had a small second room, which is mostly was like a bedroom and my uncle's work area. So he had the desk there when he did his art projects, and then in the corner, it was really tiny, cramped there. You can barely walk by it. So there was another sofa which was always reclined, and that was the bed where my cousins slept, Tanya and Alex. So parents slept in one room on the couch, and they slept in another room on that couch. So only after the Soviet Union collapsed and when we opened our markets to the foreign goods, we had some people who became rich and they bought bigger apartments. Then I remember going working in some apartments installing satellite systems, like, satellite TV. And it was the first time I actually saw actual bedrooms. So one room had a big Italian imported bed, giant mattress, fancy dresser and mirror. It was really bizarre to see anything like that because I never seen anything among my friends as actually dedicated just bedroom. So now, of course, in Kiev and Moscow, anywhere else, they have mattress stores. They advertise different sizes, special deals. Buy one get one free, whatever. So now they have all that. They probably have even factories that make mattresses locally. All that now exists, but during the Soviet Union, it's usually clickety clack sofa that you're gonna spend your days on, and it wasn't really comfortable. Well, I hope you found this video interesting. And in Russian, mattress we say matras, so it's really similar word. Don't forget to like this video, share with your friends, and we'll talk to you soon. До свидания, goodbye. Hey, by the way, cool merch for cool comrades is available at the Ushanka store at teespring.com. And if you love my channel and would like to show your support, please click on the link below this video and become the patron of the Ushanka Show. For as little as $1, you can help us grow and create the new, interesting videos about the life in Soviet